Hello everyone, welcome back to the Trevor Report. Let's jump right on into it. Trump, the man himself, gave his very own, I guess you could call it de-escalation speech after the current president of the United States gave an insane Nazi rambling with the dark lighting. You've seen the picture. I've covered it I covered it on Friday. That's why there wasn't a Trevor Report on Monday, because that's probably what I would have ended up covering, because that was the thing that was happening at the time. But anyway, the TLDR of this speech is Trump basically went, "Shut up, you old hag," to Biden, and that worked because it's true. And you can watch the speech, Trump's rally speeches, things. They're not a chore to watch. They're always a pleasure. They're always fun to watch because he has energy. He didn't get up and immediately start coughing like Biden did. And to be fair, I've had a cold basically all week and the week before, and I've been coughing, but I don't cough when I'm not sick because I'm not old like Biden. But Trump did his thing, and well, if I have to choose between the Nazi speech and the not Nazi speech guy, I'm gonna have to go with the not Nazi speech guy. I know, really riveting reporting that I'm getting into right now. But the thing is, and this is more broadly speaking, what I'm trying to put forward for the world, is I'm trying to turn my business, Acropolis News Network, into a fully fledged multimedia empire. But in order to do that, I need capital. And in order to get that capital, I need people to be members to the website. So why not become an affiliate marketer for ANN? Okay, you get a 10% cut. You get a 10% cut of the. You get a 10% cut of the sale. Everyone works out in the end. Okay, you get to bring more members to Acropolis News Network, and everyone can rake in the dough, and the people who consume the content, the member content, they get to enjoy something awesome. It's one membership tier. If you're thinking of becoming a member over on ANN, right? You get premium. You get access to premium. You get access to if you become a member or at ANN, right? Click the shop, right? Go to theacropolisnews.com. Click shop. You get access to the full library. The library is only going to get bigger. It's one membership tier. Okay, and later down the line, we're talking 2-3 years from now, being a member on ANN will also grant you access to get this, an alternative to Netflix, where I am writing my own shows. Okay, these are some pretty cool shows. I'm working with other script writers behind the scenes to put this stuff out. Other storyboard creators, sort of manga authors, as it were. I'm trying to create the American version of the anime scene, because here's the thing. Okay, I don't believe that me and my fellow countrymen should have to look to foreigners in order to have access with the sort of spiritual experience that comes with engaging in a story and the ethical and moral lessons thereof. Okay, I covered why on the Trevor Report, but now I'm doing it. And you know what? And to all the members over on ANN, thank you very much. And if you become a member, thank you very much. And if you join the affiliate campaign, thank you very much. I also accept donations via Cash App down in the description, or you could go to where to watch chat support over on theacropolisnews.com, where I accept donations via Ethereum. Anyway, so after Biden's insane, ridiculous Nazi speech, he lost some numbers in the polls, and people didn't like the Nazi speech. I know that this is super riveting today, with everything going on. Just like, yeah, of course. But anyway, majority of Americans say Biden's speech was a dangerous escalation in rhetoric. A majority of Americans believe President Joe Biden's speech attacking MAGA Republicans was a dangerous escalation in rhetoric. The majority of Americans seem to live in reality. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. But anyway, Over half of Americans, 56.8%, said the speech is dangerous rhetoric and is designed to incite conflict amongst Americans. Approximately one-third of those surveyed thought it was acceptable campaign messaging. That's the sort of 25 to like 36, 38% of Americans that are just on one side or the other. You're gonna have to go through the like pretty down into the discography of TrevorReports to find it. Like a couple months ago, several months ago, very early in the year, where I went over the sort of different camps in the United States, and that camp tracks out. The 36% of Americans think the Nazi speech was okay. The majority of Democrats, 70.8%, said it is acceptable for the president to say MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm gonna replace. Okay, let's play a game. Okay, it's called "Is this dehumanizing?" Is this dehumanizing? Jews. I'm not gonna finish that sentence because I can already tell. But white people represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Is that dehumanizing language? Yes. Let's see. Black people represent an extremism that that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Asians represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. You get it? Do you get it now? This is a dehumanizing speech. Okay, there is a constituency of Democrats in this country that view Republicans. I wish I was being hyperbolic here, but unfortunately, I live in the timeline that God should have discarded. So anyway, in this insane, absurd timeline, okay, there is a constituency of Democrats that view Republicans the way the Nazis view the Jews. And he gave this way the Nazis view the Jews speech with a black background, pitch black background, and red lighting, because of course he did. I don't have an overhead light right now, do I? Whatever. I'm not gonna bother fixing it. You guys can just deal with the terrible lighting. I'm not getting up. Anyway, civics. This is a good news with civics. Among independents that are 18 to 34, 72% unfavorability rating. It should be higher after Biden's Nazi speech. I imagine that is what you would call a turning point in your presidency. But anyway, the reason for this, okay, this is the future. The vast majority of people in Gen Z, even the insane socialist respect my pronouns types, okay? And yes, queer theory is real socialism. Just read queer theory. But anyway, or you can read things like Towards a Queer Communism. Okay, they're identitarian socialists. But anyway, even among the crazy people, independents 18 to 34. I'll just look at 18 to 34. So if you take out the independents, okay, this looks still pretty good. A 60% unfavorability rating among everyone in the primary demographic. My age, Generation Z. No one likes the neocon neolib uniparty. No one does. Okay, the thing is, the Democrats work in lockstep, and sometimes independents can be tricked. But Republicans, 18 to 34, you know what they're doing? They're watching stuff like this channel. Thank you very much, by the way. And essentially, okay, the TLDR, okay, is we don't get our news from the corporate press. Okay, well, actually, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that people like me cover tends to cover how idiotic and evil the corporate press is as an institution, and just the people who inhabit the institution. And so what you're left with is Republicans and independents agree more than Democrats and independents. Okay, the way independents and Democrats view current politics, according to civics, is an inverse relationship with one another. Or in other words, Democrats who view Republicans the way Nazis view the Jews, keep in mind, have an inverse view of reality, which, again, riveting reporting from yours truly. I know. Wow. You guys can really trust me to get into the nitty gritty of things, as it were. But anyway, Black Lives Matter is suing Black Lives Matter for corruption and stuff. I haven't looked too much into this. I read about halfway through this. It's exactly what you expect. Okay, the TLDR of this, and I've covered this over on the American Garakus podcast, which is a premium podcast over on the AcropolisNews.com. Become a member, by the way. And essentially, wokeness, particularly the racial aspect of wokeness, the critical race theory aspect of wokeness, is a form of secular Catholicism. Okay? What is it? Kimberly Crenshaw, in particular, essentially makes an argument for a secular Catholic crusade, okay, where she against the center, or in her terms, a coalition of the margins to attack the center. Okay, the center, of course, to Kimberly Crenshaw's insane worldview, is a euphemism for white people because she's evil, etc., etc. I went into one who I found particularly funny, Robin DiAngelo and her white fragility, where she essentially just replaced all of her Catholic assumptions with critical race theory dogma. In other words, you could say that her Catholic upbringing informs her racism. That's gonna get clipped, but the point being, okay, like these people do not operate in good faith, particularly the Black Lives Matter organization, both the grassroots organization and the international side of it, which essentially boils down to there are the people who violently pillaged working class communities in pursuit of racial power, and there are the people who profited from the violent pillaging in pursuit of racial power. The point is, I don't like these people, and if these people want to fight over for the scraps of their grift, okay, fine. You do what you want. You do you. I'm not gonna stop you because, well, you know, I don't like you, and I've outlined my reasons for not liking you in a very, very detailed manner. You can also read a treatise for integration, part 1. My first experiences with critical race theory. I wrote that very, very, very long premium article, but it sort of outlines how a lot of the stuff with critical race theory, okay, it's not a new phenomenon. I went through what I know now to be critical race theory assumptions that my teachers were engaging in high school, okay, particularly annoying. But anyway, speaking of annoying, California Governor Newsom signs a bill providing more power to fast food workers. No, he raised the minimum wage. He raised the minimum wage. Okay, so he raised the minimum wage to $22 an hour by next year, compared to the statewide $15.50 an hour. Okay, he is creating a 50% increase in the wages of fast food workers, which means the prices of fast food is going to go up, which is going to afflict the lower middle class and poor people. Okay, and if you want And I'm so sick of the minimum wage argument. When you raise the minimum wage because inflation makes the minimum wage not be able to live on, and you don't address inflation, then raising the minimum wage adds to the inflation, you fucking dullet. It's so simple. It's basic economics. You can teach 8th graders this. You could teach kindergartners this. Okay, you could teach Gen Z 8th graders this. Okay, this is not complicated. This is not complicated. Basic economics is not complicated. Okay, but Gavin Newsom is one of our betters, and he probably wants to make the lives of all of the lessers in California worse off for it. I got a notification on Instagram, on my phone today that basically said, "Hey, by the way, don't use too much power today." Today being, of course, as of the time I'm recording, and it says, "Hey, you don't use too much power. You don't want to use too much power. We might turn off your electricity. You know, you got your grandparents hooked up to an oxygen machine in order to live. You got a diabetic member of your family. You should probably stop refrigerating that insulin and pumping your grandparents with oxygen, or we might shut down your power. You should probably not do that. That's probably not a good idea." The point is, California is imploding. It's awful, and out of all of the countries that are doing worse because of the stupidly high inflation, because of the stupid decisions that the Biden administration has done that has made the cost of living higher for Americans, okay? And then it's like, okay, so we're responsible for this problem, and because we're responsible for this problem, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to leave you alone. We're not going to let you solve it. We're not going to let you solve this, okay? We're responsible for this, so we're going to take responsibility. No, they didn't do that either. What they did instead was they're responsible for this. The people responsible, of course, being your betters. And in being responsible for this, they're like, just give us more power and more authority. Just let us make your lives worse, and then it will get better. Okay, trust us. Trust the plan. Don't you trust American Psycho Gavin Newsom? Okay, to make your life better. Don't you trust the guy who during the height of lockdown insanity went to Martha's Vineyard? Okay, don't you trust him? Don't you trust him? No. Maybe you should use your government authority to address the inflation. Okay? Address the inflation. Okay? And don't address the inflation by printing more money, because printing money causes inflation. Anyway, FBI agent Timothy Thibault. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. I don't care. If I can't pronounce the name right once, I'm not going to do it again, and I'm not going to pronounce it again. Anyway, hid intel from whistleblower on Hunter and the big guy Joe Biden. I'm just going to go over this one little paragraph here. Bob Alinsky spent over 5 hours being secretly interviewed by the FBI on October 23rd, 2020, about his inside knowledge of then presidential candidate Joe Biden's involvement in his son's business dealings with China. In the previous day, he had revealed in a press conference that Joe Biden was the big guy, due to get a 10% cut of a lucrative joint venture with Chinese energy firm CEFC, according to an email found on Hunter Biden's laptop. In other words, the laptop is Joe Biden. Okay, the laptop is Hunter Biden's. Okay. The hard drives from the laptop also detail that Hunter Biden called Joe Biden like pedo Piper or whatever, like something ridiculous. Okay, and even CNN. Okay, even CNN earlier this year was, oh, it's Hunter Biden's laptop. Everyone on the planet knows that it's Hunter Biden's laptop. I know it's Hunter Biden's laptop. You know it's Hunter Biden's laptop, okay? Your betters know that it's Hunter Biden's laptop, okay? They know that you know, and they know that you know that they know, but they're continuing to do it anyway because they don't care. Okay, and this is why I'm so sick and tired of people saying, oh, it's leftist hypocrisy. Leftist hypocrisy. Okay, the truth is, okay, here's the truth. They know they're hypocrites. They know you know that they're hypocrites, but they're continuing to do it anyway. They have a long series of a philosophical backing that excuses their own hypocrisy for themselves. And I'm going to be doing a premium podcast about it. I'm going to record it the day this video comes out, and it's going to go out on Saturday. So make sure you become a member, and when you do, you get to be able to find out the origins of leftist hypocrisy. I shouldn't be smiling, but I like doing philosophy stuff. But anyway, in the meantime, my name is Trevor Brown, and you just watched the Trevor Report. Do click the link tree down below in the description that was banned. But anyway, I made my new one, and it's on my website instead of, submitting to my corporate overlords. Check that out, okay? And check out all the other stuff I talked about before, okay? If you see it on screen, clickable link down below in the description, all the show notes, and I'll see you all in the next one.
All of you brilliant viewers out there, my name is Trevor Brown. I am the editor-in-chief of Acropolis News Network because I can give myself whatever name and title I want because I own it. You could go to theacropolisnews.com, or you could go to This Just Trevor on whatever Liberty platform is your choice. Except for the ones I'm not on because I haven't seen them pretty much.
Acropolis News. News from the Acropolis.